All right, here we are with Exalted Demake, Never Talk to Strangers, Season 1, Episode 4. We're in August. I'm Devin, the facilitator, and with me here today we have...
I'm Gerald. I'm playing Salah Al-Rashid Jackson, a Dawncast Solar.
I'm Weirdest Magnet, playing Nothing Else Matters, a Duskcast Abyssal.
I'm Falco, playing Noah, a Twilight Cast Solar.
I'm Arbane, playing Captain Craig, Zenith Cast Solar.
And I'm Nicole, playing Fossil, a Lunar Exalt.
All right, so who wants to recap what happened last time for each other and the listeners?
Oh boy, where to begin? We were lured into a
Sorry, go ahead.
We were lured into a trap by most vampires in the city. It went poorly for them. We killed most of them in like 3 rounds.
Yeah, we ended up stress testing the system all the way there. Turns out mortals can't fight exalts. Who knew? Especially celestial exalts exclusively kitted out for war. Shocking betrayal.
Yep. After that, we celebrated at Dr. Fundamental's Funtime Emporium and talked to the man himself.
The Mantertainment Complex. The name is important. It lets you know what it's for. Mantertainment.
We got a lore dump about the goings-on of the city, various other threats or things we can investigate, and basically all the other introductory stuff that any new character has to learn before they go into, like, out of the tutorial and into the actual Act 1 of the real game.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So I'm going to say like 3 weeks have gone by since then. Let's just go based on the list in the battle sheet, one at a time. Who did what during this downtime?
Salah did a lot of community service. That's what he does.
There's an endless amount of community to serve.
Yeah, so he may have been looking into the children dealing drugs to try to get a curb on that.
That is not something you did in downtime.
No. Okay.
I'll give you info, but no, that's
that he'll be looking into it.
Yeah, we can't scene swipe that. There's too many things happening. Too much shocking reveals.
Okay. Just looking into it then. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give you info. That makes sense.
But beyond that, he deals mainly with a lot of the minority community and stuff. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. People are appreciative and flock to you and look to help you and be part of what you're doing. You got a pretty good following you around.
Cool beans.
Who's next?
That would be me. So over the past couple of weeks, I've continued doing what I was doing before, hunting down monsters, following up any leads about what killed me and caused my exaltation in the first place. I know Muna said she was going to look into it, but I was following up my own leads and not really getting anywhere, because turns out once you kill most of the vampires in the city, everything else tends to run away and avoid you. I also have been starting to investigate the ghosts around town, though I like learning more about what I can about the weird, creepy mausoleum everyone gets buried in before I venture in there. Before later on, start to actually venture in there and find out what's going on there. But not
the
just
ossuary. That wasn't meant to cut you off. I was just saying the ossuary.
Yep. Yep, that's it for me.
All right.
Twilight's turn, so buckle up. Well, first of all, I would really like to do my sorceress working. Do we want to just bang that out really quickly? Do you want me to explain how that works for the
explain the listeners what's going on, because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. So, sorceress workings are the short way to put it is it's using magic to do a project. And specifically, Noah is, as I've mentioned before, figuring out how to inject oil into himself so he can blast and control fire. Mechanically speaking, there are different tiers, ambitions that you go for. This is just an ambition 3, which is terrestrial tier, which is nothing for a solar. And basically the number of rolls you can make are all a gift from God, depending on how much resources and assistance you have. My calculations really quick. I have 5 of them. It comes from the charms I have, the spells I have, the oil itself, and having a billion gremlin followers that are going to help me out, or I will use them as ingredients instead. So let's just roll that out really quick. It's difficulty 9. I'm doing it rigid because I really don't think injecting oil in myself is something I want the storyteller to be able to give me shit for, because that's what happens if you do fluid and a lower difficulty roll. So day 1. Day 1. Okay, yeah. Difficulty 9. Ones are not subtracting. 4 successes. Oh, my total I need for this, I believe, is 9, 5, 7, 9. Yeah. 9 for ambition 3. So 4 on the first day. Day 2 is 6, so we're good in 2 days. So that'll burn 2 of my willpower. Holden did say he was probably going to lower at least the working willpower because it's based on, how he changed the downtime. But for now, 2 willpower, whatever. I don't need it. And I think I get 1 back because I took the Master Sorcerer Legacy. Additionally, the first time in each scene creates a wonderwork of sorcery. I think that counts. It counts as fulfilling my nature.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool. Then I at least get 1 of those back. So I'll probably go into more in character what it actually looks like when we go and do stuff. I don't want to eat up all the time. I would like to use wild shaping technique, but I imagine that can wait until we actually go and visit the wild place and make a thing out of it.
Yeah, you're not just going on your own. That's not happening.
That doesn't seem like the best idea. So, yeah, I think we can. That's going to be the majority of what he's doing. Resting up for a few days because he was the only one who got injured, and then just fucking going into injecting oil into himself, as one does.
Perfect. I think that's Arbane.
Sorry, I don't really have any big ideas for what to do. Probably sailing and swimming. He does deep sea. He does scuba diving, so if there's anything interesting to be found at the bottom, like, say, mafia hits, he might stumble across.
I mean, you all don't have to work. You can just relax, and just relaxing is a valid use of time. You sail and dive and just kind of do your own thing because this isn't a job.
Uh-huh.
All right, and Nicole will just pass you because there's no what were you doing these 2 weeks, because you've been doing whatever it is you've been doing this whole time, which
I've been doing has been hanging out as a dinosaur in the bedrock set because that's the closest thing to my natural habitat. And, I was at the end of a limit break, so I was just relaxing for a while.
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of B-roll for that. For the show. That makes sense. All right. Well, 3 weeks pass. I don't know exactly what y'all were waiting for, but presumably Muna calls just to check in to just do a group meet, just a rap talk.
Sounds good.
All right, to the entertainment complex. So yes, you're all around a table. There's a bunch of people here being loud and obnoxious because it's the entertainment complex. You're all sitting around a table. Muna is sitting there, just kind of hands in on the table, looking at y'all, waiting expectantly for someone to break the ice.
Noah has started taking to playing with a lighter, like one of the big Zippo lighters that you kind of have to like fist with your hand.
I turn to Noah. I'm like, so how'd your project go? I know you were bragging about it before.
Oh, do you want to see?
Yeah, go nuts.
All right. I'm going to assume you don't want to roll because I'm not actually doing anything useful with this. It's just a roll normally. Devin,
Pardon?
do you want me to roll for this? Normally it's a roll, but it doesn't cost anything. So do you?
No, because there are no stakes.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Sorry,
So yeah,
asked a question. I got distracted.
all good. So, yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So he flips the lighter back open, flicks the thing. It goes to like, a fucking crack lighter's amount of space. And then he puts his other hand out to it. And, if you look really close, there are these like pinpricks, but if you look even closer, it looks like they're tubes that are embedded into his hand. And he kind of like flexes his fingers in a weird way. And then whoosh, there's a small fireball in the air, which then changes into like a little like ghostly shape that does wiggly fingers and stuff, and then just vanishes as he closes the lighter.
Nice.
I start clapping. You're like that guy from that X-Men movie.
Yes, of course, that one. It worked. All I had to do was learn how to boil away the excess components of oil, so that way I could inject a full drum of it with just one syringe.
Okay.
I just tilt my head like, how does... So you're like, no, you said that's not concentrating, it's boiling it. I don't know how that works.
I'm just... It's not literal boiling. Obviously, oil isn't water, but it's like, metaphysically speaking, there are excess parts to the oil that I don't care about. The part I care about is the oil part that makes fire. So I burned away everything that wasn't related to making fire. Yes, I realize the irony in that word choice. And then I had this sort of horrific sludge that seemed like it wanted to absorb me into its form, but I concentrated it even further and it stopped arguing. So at that point, I was able to inject it into a specially prepared implant here. He shows the tubes off and my internal spirit burned it up first. So it all worked out.
So you kind of like injected yourself with a piece of its soul.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it. I injected myself with the soul of the oil.
Okay.
Greg is staring at you in total bafflement at this. Both at your methodology and the fact that you'd be daft enough to do this.
Noah just smiles. He looks completely happy, like he just explained like a bit of, like a biology 101 lesson to someone.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, so that's what I was doing.
We can do that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Huh.
It's difficult, but yes.
Huh. Yeah, that seems like a lot.
He nods. It can get even more complex than that.
Oh.
Yes,
Really?
From what the voices in my nightmares tell me, that's just like the first tier of what could be done. There's
Voices
so much
in your nightmares, eh?
Yes, the voices aren't actually from my nightmares. It's just they come through most clearly when I'm asleep.
I got dreams like that too. They're
right.
Not always nightmares, but they're usually nightmares.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Most people who do what their intrusive thoughts tell them to end up getting injured.
Well,
yeah, but most people's intrusive thoughts aren't magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I just like finger the point towards
you. No one just nods in agreement.
Moon's just sitting at the end of the table. None of this is right. None of this is natural.
So I've been investigating around town, and both the monster populations died down now that we took care of most of them. But I've noticed something strange. there aren't as many ghosts as there should be. Like, for all the people that are dying, there should be a lot more ghosts than we usually see.
That's
But they're not around here. I think it has something to do with that giant cemetery out, like, on the outskirts of town, but I haven't exactly gone to visit there yet.
Seems like something to put on our to-do list. No,
Is the
takes
cemetery
out.
Is the cemetery the labyrinth that Muna warned us about?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're talking about the same.
Yeah. Noah puts it on his actual immortal to-do list, little app on his phone.
I hope it doesn't end up like that forest did.
The Force did its thing. We got out of it.
Plus, if there's any place that's going to be full of zombies, it's probably just the cemetery.
Well, zombies weren't too much of a problem.
Oh, it definitely won't be.
Hey, I got slashed by the weird skeleton thing.
Why will the cemetery definitely not have zombies?
Because there's a minotaur living in it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Minotaur hates zombies or just prevents them from happening?
If you have a minotaur in your city, the only thing it's going to do day and night is hunt down the dead that interact with the living and kill them for it.
Oh, that's convenient.
Is this thing like
it's a real problem if you're a vampire.
Oh, okay. Are these things natural or like something someone made that?
They're just a type of immortal that exists, minotaurs. They're largely unkillable. They're largely immortal and indestructible. Like, yeah, you could, knock one down for a bit. It'll come back.
Oh, like that guru guy was talking about some spirit stuff.
Yeah, something like that. It's a real pain in the ass to kill them.
Okay.
They can also do some sick shit, like wear someone else's face just to make it worse.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. The guru guy, I got lost about 15 minutes in.
Oh, what the Dr. Fundamentals guru? Yeah, I don't know. That guy sounds like a quack. I wouldn't hang out with him.
Maybe talking to him more will help me out, but I'm not good at the metaphysical stuff.
But yeah, the ghosts, they're being eaten by the Minotaur.
Oh.
Yeah, that would make sense, because normally if you kill a ghost, it just reforms after a while, but it takes something a bit more to keep them down permanently.
I think I can do that
Minotaur
too.
kills them.
Eat ghosts, I mean. I haven't tried it recently.
And now that the local vampire militia is no longer functioning, there's nothing to stop that guy from just going on a rampage through town whenever it wants.
Oh.
So he just likes the labyrinth? He's not, connected to it?
Minotaurs live in labyrinths. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. Thought maybe he was fundamentals there.
If he causes trouble for you, give us a call.
Sure.
Finger gun points. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So any news on your end, Muna?
It depends on what you mean by news. It's kind of a ask tell thing. I got so much information at all times. I don't really know what's useful for y'all.
Well,
we were looking in. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I know we were looking into the mayor's the Lich, right? He pulls up his notes to double check that.
Yeah, Max Shrek.
Right. We were going to look into him and how to start separating him from his bodies.
Yeah, Max Shrek. That's Dr. Fundamental's gig. He sent you after him, eh? Fun. I don't really intersect with that part of the city all that much at the end of the day. But yeah, Max Shrek rules this domain. It's his.
Right. And I have some vague recollection of something in the deep into the groves that might give us some insight, or am I crossing my wires?
I think you're crossing your wires there.
I think the
It's,
thing that
uh,
was, I think the thing that was in the grove was Dr. Fundamental.
No, there was him,
No.
and then there was something further in we were looking
There's an
into.
occult matrix in the grove, which is mutating the area around it into something strange and weird. I think that was a whole other issue that Lancelot brought up with us.
Because Dr. Fundamentals doesn't live in there. He lives
Right.
here in this entertainment complex.
Right.
Oh, I have a question for you, Muna.
Sure.
Who did you find out who exactly blew up Castle Ravenloft after we set that fire a few weeks ago?
As far as everyone's concerned, you did.
Right. Speaking of, I will open the nearest container that has one of my gremlins in it.
Gremlin is there.
Yeah. Probably someone else's backpack. One of the circles, whoever one of you has like a bag or a backpack. Noah just
Probably
opens it.
Probably mine.
Yeah, he just opens it and one of them like peeks out of there.
The fuck?
Like, well, you really need to check your things better. Anyway, I had sent you all to take a closer look at that, right?
Yep.
Did you learn anything about who was more actually entwined with destroying it?
Well, they aren't there anymore because that was weeks ago, but there's some weird fucking people hanging out around it, all singing and praying around a door in the middle of the crater. So I bet you they did it.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, do you want to take a peek? Unless there's something you want us to do for you, Muna?
No, I got it. All right. If I had something to look into, there's some people on my turf where I deal drugs taken from my clientele. Look into that. Like, not me personally. I don't personally deal drugs, but I do have, I make sure it's controlled. You want it to be controlled.
Heard something about maybe some kids stealing drugs or something like that.
That's really dark.
Yeah.
I know they were dealing alcohol.
What kind of drugs?
Okay, it's pretty weird. None of them have any like hallucinogenic or euphoric or narcotic symptoms, but all of them start jogging or like doing a lot of physical activity or like just start go out and doing stuff. They seem to be really full of energy.
That sounds like they're dealing in... Well, it has no narcotic effect or anything, you said.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone coming down from anything, so it's a bit of a mystery, bit of a cornering the market thing. A lot of teachers and like paramedics and like doctors are on it.
And it's just making them exercise and like take care of themselves?
I don't know. I saw a doctor who I'm almost certain had COVID and was like on death's door like a couple weeks ago, and he was doing like just jogging around town, the whole town. He looked super healthy.
Well, hell, these kids sound like they got their hands on a miracle cure of sorts.
I'm curious as to what it is. Just mainly because... Go ahead.
I was going to say, also, that's not a very good business model. If it just like they take the they take the drugs and then they're fine forever. So it has to have some kind of downside.
There's probably a catch, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how
these kids wouldn't be able to make money off of this.
I don't know how much business acumen a bunch of drug peddling children have, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe look into that when you get some time. Just shut down that competition.
Yeah, let's go with the get everyone back on the traditional Floridian way of gaining energy, which is cocaine.
Yeah,
I mean,
salts.
Huffing paint.
Also, we could just take control of whatever supply they've got going here. Kids probably shouldn't be dealing drugs.
No, No.
Probably.
Right?
They can stick to legal methods of making profit, like selling alcohol and really cheap lobster tail, like they were doing the past few weeks. That stuff's delicious.
Yeah,
I mean,
everyone's
it's pretty
been
hard to
served something
regulate
now.
oranges that fell off the floor. Like, you can't really tell the kids, no, bad, you can't pick up this orange.
Hey, they're making a buck. No problem from my end from what they're doing with that.
As long as they're not drinking it.
That's it. It boggles the fucking mind, really. Some really like the symbols of like bougie bullshit food for cheap ass prices. I don't know how it just confuses the shit out of me.
We should look into that too. If we're going to be looking into wonder drugs that cure people and make them perfectly healthy, we should also look into the free food everybody's been getting, I guess.
I feel like that's lower on our priority list.
Maybe, but it's just I don't comprehend it.
Listen, if it were people, then it wouldn't be lobsters. Like, I could maybe buy steak, although humans cut up, they don't look like steak. They definitely wouldn't look like steak. But you can't make humans look and taste like lobsters unless there's some kind of magic involved, I guess. Like, it's definitely not people, and that's the main thing you got to worry about. Other than that, looks like everyone's just getting free, really high quality food.
And I mean, there's nothing like, I mean, it's weird, but like the shit is coming from like Japan and Canada and but all I can get is what I see off of Google.
What do you mean?
I mean, just looking into it, all I can get is what I can find on Google, you know?
Have any of you gone to the shelter?
Yeah, like, or just asked anyone where it comes from, really.
Well, everyone says the shelter.
Well, I would like to look into it, but if anyone else has anything else, then we will do that.
All right, gang, pick what you're doing next. We have filthy drug-dealing children, we have an infinite amount of lobster and steak, and we have a return to Castle Ravenloft.
Do we think that the Castle Ravenloft stuff is time sensitive? There's a bunch of people chanting near a door. That's probably not something we want to get them to set off.
Well, who knows what they need to actually blow up these places? There are more like that within the city.
Well, it's already blown up, so that's clearly not what they're doing now.
But if there are more that they want to blow up, they might do that if we don't stop them.
Oh, yeah. I didn't assume they were the same people, but I guess they might be.
The Castle Ravenloft stuff might be the priority at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's investigate. Now, I recall last time we talked about it that that place had what was the term? A well keeper, a well mason, a well builder.
The well builder lives there, or at least is there.
And they were super angry that their well had been blown up. So let's bring a gift, something to keep them happy if we want to talk to them and figure out what happened.
2 birds with one stone. How about we bring them a bunch of steak and lobster tails? And then, secondly, we probably shouldn't go in and kill the people praying at the door. They might be the well builder's person. That might be them trying to fix the blowing up of it.
I'm going to refer to Noah on his opinion on what to bring.
Oh, well, the offering sounds good unless we want to make sacrifices, which I don't think we're set up to do.
Animal sacrifice is fine, because I can just literally buy a pig and then we can bring it with us and then just kill it right there for that guy.
I would bring a cow.
All right. They're more pricey, but doable.
Sounds like it's worth trying.
Yeah, just go to a farm and buy one. Not that hard.
All right. Oh, I'm going to hard scene swipe with the Dawncast logo spinning in front of the screen, and then we'll cut to Finnegan's Wake, where Castle Ravenloft used to be. You guys came out there with the cow on the boat. Because I'm sure you didn't tow it through the water like a psychopath.
I don't think that would work very well.
All right, so Castle Ravenloft and the surrounding infrastructure is gone. There's a big fucking crater in the ground that's like broken glass and like basalt stone, and in the middle of like the flat part of the crater is a big red door made of wood, and there's like 6 people around it that are kind of just swaying back and forth, making all the who sounds from like the Grinch, like like they're just doing that.
Perfect.
They got a cooler full of food.
I would like to sorcerer sight them.
Okay, well, you observe them for a little bit, and there's something wrong with them. They're all kind of like bland and pallid and washed out in your aura.
Cool. I mentioned that there's something wrong with them to the others. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with them. I'm not sure. I mean, we can go try and talk and see what did they seem Devin, like, do they seem like they have more essence than us?
No.
Okay.
They're inferior to you in every way.
Okay, then we can go and try and talk to them, and if they're not cooperative, we can scour them into the ground.
Yeah, well, okay.
Our usual go-to.
Is there, just to make sure, there's no one else anywhere? Like, there's
Nope.
Just these guys?
Yeah, it's like, I'm assuming it's like the middle of the day.
All right.
Because like the cow would fall asleep if it was nighttime.
All right, well.
Unless you're going to be hitting the cow to wake it up, which I don't think any of you can do. I don't think any of you have it in you.
I mean, yeah.
You don't know what I'm about.
I don't know. Maybe the captain would be able to lift it.
How could you smack a cow? What is wrong with you people?
Right? So you walk down the crater. There's like those 6 people. One of them's a dude in a suit that looks more like he's wearing a scarecrow suit outfit. It's like stuffed with like straw, and he has like bells around him. And his hair's like unevenly cut, and he has uneven facial hair. And he's just like, he just kind of turns. The rest of them don't. They just keep doing what they're doing. It kind of looks at you the entire time you come down, not moving.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, hey guys. What's up? It's you guys. The people that set that fire in the basement.
Yes. You know
That's
of us.
cool. Yeah, no. The castle remembers when you did that. It was super fucking rude.
Right. I am 99.987% certain that what we did should not have done this. And you're kind of motioning to the glassed area.
Yeah, the castle knows it.
Okay.
Then who did
Still
do this?
pissed that you set a fire in it. You know, it's a dick move. What if it set a fire on you?
Well,
Well,
we're here to
trying to
apologize about that.
You're gonna apologize? How could you possibly apologize to the castle?
We brought gifts.
Yeah, we brought a sacrifice, or it will be a sacrifice once we've sacrificed it, if that sounds good to you.
Whoa. You mean that cow's for the castle? It's not just a cow you brought?
Yeah.
Do you think we just ferry cows around with us?
I mean, you know, hey, that's between you and your god, man. Yeah, all right. The castle. Well, let me confer. All the 6 of them get together and huddle up by the door. Yeah, the castle thinks this is fucking awesome. Bring the cow.
Okay.
So
that's
to
rather
confirm, you
stoked.
speak for the castle, or how does that work? Just for the sake of my curiosity, before we.
We're pretty new to all
we're
this
like its servants. You know, it bought us, so we just serve it. Don't feel bad. Some aliens ate our soul and personality. I'm basically a philosophical zombie. I don't feel anything anymore. All I do is pray for the castle.
Ah.
Right. Well, so long as it doesn't bother you.
sounds
Nah,
really
I can't
weird,
feel
but
nothing, dog. I can imitate it pretty well if you want to like practice on hurting someone.
rather not.
I'm not really.
Hey,
Looking
your
to do that right
loss. That was a pretty sweet torture you could have done, totally morally guilt-free.
Absolutely not. Guilt-free my ass.
Right.
What? Would you feel bad about torturing a scarecrow? That's what I thought. You're
Yes.
talking too much about torturing. Bring the cow.
Yes, I would, in fact.
Yeah,
Did you?
let's-
Is there anything else coming with this, like a box of food that I
Yeah,
see you
well,
have?
we got
Kick
we
open
got-
the cooler.
Right.
Just
Sounds
full of
like-
wagyu beef and lobster tail and like
All right.
alcohol. Yeah.
does
First one. Oh, what do you say?
Does the castle have a preferred means of sacrifice? Fire or blades?
You let me take over. He takes the box from
Okay.
you and puts it in front of the door. He moves the cow in front of the door, and then the other 5 turn around and cover their face like they're the Blair Witch. And he's like, "You might want to close your eyes for this." And the door starts to open itself. Do you close your eyes for
no.
this?
I
No.
want to keep mine open.
No.
I will like
Curiosity is too much.
close and like kind of peek a little bit, but
I'd probably take limit if I closed my eyes.
All right. For the briefest moment, black fog pours out of the door as it opens, even though it's just a door frame with nothing connected to it in the middle of nowhere. So there shouldn't be anything on the other side, obviously. But like some black smoke comes out and encircles the cow, and then there's like a strobe light flash, and there are frames missing, and now there is a statue made of its bleached, dry bones, right where it was. Like all stacked up on each other in a crazy scarecrowish mandala, and where its eye sockets were, they're cracked and blackened like something scorched them right out. And the door shuts.
You know, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but that it's a little bit worse. But fair is fair.
Continue.
part of me is like, I'm glad, but I was kind of expecting, the Raiders of the Lost Ark thing.
Yeah.
The one that's talking to you goes up to the door, puts his ear to it. Yeah. You know what? You're good. You're good. The castle forgives you.
Oh, good.
He accepts your gift and will bestow upon you the greatest gift one can be bestowed upon. It's forgiveness.
Great. So, who is actually responsible for the more complete destruction?
Oh fuck! The castle doesn't fucking know, man. Something came on in, wrecked its shit pretty bad. It has brain damage, the equivalent of its memories were all jumbled up. It was some terrifying stuff. Someone came on in and just put the boot to it, medium pace. Unhinged all of its foundations, uncapped it, feedback looped everything. It was a nightmare. Killed most of us.
Sorry to hear that.
No, I don't. We don't feel anything.
How many of you were
So-
there?
Oh, like 100. The vampires had to keep us like alive or else.
Now, so
Well-
vampires were working with the castle, or did they help make the castle? I'm not quite clear about how the mechanics of a sentient castle work here.
The castle allowed the vampires to live in its material form while it would reside within its spirit sanctum, where we were to worship it and take care of it on the deal that they would keep the castle safe, and they botched that up real bad.
Yeah, they
Right.
did.
Huh.
Right.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, you said that most of you are dead, so the people that we rescued had nothing to do with you guys.
I think some of them are going to get hunted, and some of them are going to be fed to the castle, but I don't know. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't think I like this castle much.
Well, I don't know what you want. Do you want something that needs sacrifice to exist, or do you not want that? How many of you run off of magic? Do you want more magic, or are you going to be all fussy about this shit?
Well, I mean, more.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if the sacrifices can be things like animals, which we'd be eating anyway.
Well,
I
the castle
imagine that-
accepted your gift, but like next time, bring 100 cattle. You know, it likes 100 of them.
That's
Right.
a
Just like
lot of
100 of
cattle.
anything
They
that's
don't
being
breed that
given.
quick.
And how much magic is the castle offering for that much animal, for that much sacrifice?
If the castle were to rate all wells in existence on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the least powerful and 5 being the most impressive, the castle is at a respectable 3.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Ah, what a wonderfully arbitrary scale. That means nothing to us.
You know, it's like better than average, 60% to
Right.
100.
Okay. Well,
Sounds that definitely sounds useful.
I suppose we can work with that. What would we need to start rebuilding it?
Okay, so its physical form is completely fucking destroyed. It has next to no soul-eaten servants, and those are hard to come by. The Spirit Sanctum is, coming together, but do any of you have a way to go to the other side of the world? Like, do any of you have that power?
Not
Like
yet.
the actual other side of this world, Earth, or
Who here has a power to enter a God's Spirit Sanctum?
Noah raises
No.
his hand.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Full of surprises.
Not me.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I can do it.
All right. Well, if you can do that, then you can go inside. Are you magic? Are you a sorcerer?
Yes.
Castle would be very interested in you going in and doing some maintenance. There's like pipes that need to be fixed and some wiring that needs to be done and some stone moved around.
Right.
Hasn't been anyone in the Spirit Sanctum for a while. It's handy.
Did the castle keep eating the people who could go in there?
Pardon?
Did the castle keep eating the people who could go in there?
No.
Just hasn't been a lot of people with that kind of aptitude.
Yeah, no, sorcerers are rare. That spider out in the middle of the town's a sorcerer, but we can't get to him.
All right.
Yes, knights protecting him.
Do you want me to do that now then?
Whenever you want. It's going to be like that's like a weekend deal. It's not really something you could knock out in 5 minutes, unless you're the type of sorcerer that doesn't need tools to work.
No, I'm still working on removing my line.
Yeah. So, just keep it in mind. Come over here, bring tools, and get your shit together on there. Other than that, to rechristen the well house that, is the castle, we're going to need a behemoth soul, definitely. At least a behemoth soul.
All right. Can you explain what that is?
Oh, fuck. Okay, do you know what a hollow earth is?
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, all right. So go into the hollow earth, get a behemoth, and then when you kill it, capture its soul, and then bring it to the castle, and that'll be the foundation to rebuild the well house in the material world.
Does anybody
What's a
have
behemoth?
soul gems on them?
Yeah. One moment. He goes into his shirt and pulls something out. It's a little orb that has blood on it. Here, use this.
All right, sweet, thanks.
So what
Looks like
exactly is a behemoth?
One moment. Puts his ear to the door. Who here knows what a Godazala is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I know that.
The castle says exactly that.
Okay.
So, to be clear, is a behemoth a category of creature or a specific type of creature?
Like both. They come in all shapes and sizes, but they're
Okay.
a thing you hunt. It's like, hey, bears and sharks and hippos are the same thing, right? They're like a super animal you want to hunt for trophies.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Okay,
it's like
so
a super
kaiju.
trophy soul animal.
Yeah. It's like a monster from the dawn of time made by like the gods or the architects of the world that has a bunch of power in it because it's like so many steps away from the origin of everything. So their souls are real good lubricant for a lot of workings.
Oh,
If I hunt and eat one of those heart's blood, can I still use the soul for this?
Well, a behemoth isn't an animal, so you wouldn't be able to take its form at all.
Damn.
So yes, you would be able to use the soul still.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll find a way to be a Godzilla someday. I believe in you.
Yeah, the
Sounds like
castle
something easy enough
says
to-
if you put the effort in to fix it up, it can get its mind back together, maybe help you find who blew it up. It'll let you take over as the owners. It thinks that's a good trade-off. You're immortals, and you belong here, and you deserve this more than vampires did because you're the true lords of the world, and it's on your level. It gets you.
We kind of blew up the vampires anyway, so who else is going to take over? Probably not anyone we'd like to have.
Sounds good to me.
To be clear, we came here to talk to the well builder. Is that you?
No, the castle. Okay, so the castle is the well and the well house. It's both at the same time. What in the one moment puts its ear to the door. Oh. No, yeah. Walks back. In the beginning, there was a time of legend, and in that time there were artifices and towers of the mighty raised up with wondrous material never seen since. And since that material ain't around, they can't build well houses anymore. So what well builders do is they find a well and they just impress their spiritual essence into it, and they become the foundational material to build the well house. They are the well. They are the well builder. They become it. Their bodies are the structural material of it.
So
Their
the well
souls.
builder became the house?
Yeah.
The castle?
Yeah.
And
its soul is the construction material for the spiritual sanctum of it all.
so you're talking to it right now when you're communicating with the castle.
No, it's speaking through me. I don't have any free will, so I don't talk to anyone. I just say words that come right into my vocal cords.
Well,
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do.
all sounds simple enough.
Yeah, it's super simple. Just bring a behemoth soul here. Hey, bring its corpse and bones. We can bury it in the foundation. Have a good time. Set up some sort of thing. Blood orgies? Are those still things that mortals do?
Not really anymore.
Not lately.
No.
Wild. You're also dynamic with your cultures and customs. Anyway, we'll be here.
Where's the nearest entrance to the Hollow Earth?
Well, what's his ear to the door? Okay. Since the well was so mortally wounded, all of the well houses act as sort of like a stake that holds down access routes to the Hollow Earth. So I'm certain, since this one was pretty significant in the area and it's been busted open, you're going to be seeing an entrance pretty soon. There'll be an emergence.
Okay, so problem will solve itself. Perfect.
Sure, we want to go down to the Hollow Earth today? I think that's.
Say that again?
You sure we want to be going down to the Hollow Earth today? Because I think we've got some other stuff to attend to, don't we?
Well, it sounds like we're waiting for it to show up, so we can get started on other things first.
I suppose so.
Building starts sinking into sinkholes. We'll know what happened.
Right. I mean, the time it would take to punch through to another reality would probably not be worth the effort if it's going to come anyway.
Is it another reality?
The one that talks goes back to the other five, and they just start doing that Whoville, like chanting, singing around the door.
And the Hollow Earth's apparently like a magic world connected to our world.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Otherwise, why would every mine break into there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Get the Minotaur behemoth?
No, it sounded like it was more like us.
Yeah, they said it was an immortal, so I don't think so.
Okay, just
it's like if
thought.
If we're Hercules, this thing's like the lion Hercules strangled to death for his pelt,
Or, it's, the Minotaur.
Well, if it's the lion, I mean, that kind of makes sense for it to be a behemoth because of the...
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. So the lion's the behemoth, we're the immortal.
Okay, so... All right.
Well, I don't...
Yeah, go ahead.
Either way, what was next on our list? Why don't we see what we can manage before, holes punch themselves?
One thing I wanted to do here before we leave, is anyone good at like tracking? I thought we should take a look around the edge of the blast radius and see if we can figure out any clues.
I can track a little bit. What are we
Like
tracking?
if whoever did this left flaming footprints or something.
Right. I can look into that.
Alright.
So I suppose I will both literally and figuratively look for footprints in that I will look for footprints, and I will also use Sorcerer's Sight to look for weird trails of essence that might somehow still be around.
Give me a roll of investigation and whatever.
All right. I'll do the investigation first. Then what do I have for investigation?
And say that your occult
4.
charms are enabling this investigation.
Okay. So like intelligence plus investigation then?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm going to excellency that. What's the difficulty then?
8.
8. All right. Let's spend the moat. Where's my moats? Down to 8 because I burned some of them for the story. All right. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually mention that before. Doing workings burns your moats for the rest of the story. Not all of them. Some depending on the power of it. Back to what we're doing. Alrighty. Looks like 6 successes.
Damn. Okay. It's very clear that undead came through this place and they were different from vampires. Like there was a squad or a swarm of them that rushed in. You can see the traces of it everywhere, and they were being led. And it was basically just part of a sweeping siege after you left.
All right. Yeah, Noah will mention that to the others. Like, yeah, there was wow, this was a lot of dead things. A powerful one, and then like a horde or a siege worth of something.
There's a hack in the ground, like a slash mark, and if you get like on your hands and knees and look real close at it, there's a small sliver of some unidentifiable metal left behind. It's cold to the touch.
Noah will indeed pick that up.
Do I feel anything from it?
Oh, hell yeah. Power. Raw, unfettered power. You could build a weapon out of this, and if you did, you'd be unstoppable.
Nice.
Well, like we need to look into where we can get who did this.
And where
I'm
they got
imagining I
this
can't
metal?
like completely track this out of here. Maybe a direction at most.
I think I've given you all I can give you.
Yeah.
That sliver would be a way to like start doing divining or scrying later on.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm afraid I can't go much further than this, and
All right.
it going not here, obviously.
Well, let's table this for now, and let's get to the next thing.
Yeah.
What's next on the list?
Think it
You want to
is.
investigate the drug dealing kids or the food bank?
We'll do the drug dealing kids.
All right. The food bank is shorter than the drug dealing kids, if that matters.
We'll do the food bank.
I'm just throwing that your way in case, like, you know, because drug dealing kids is going to take up the rest of the session.
Okay. Yeah, we can check the food bank like on the way to.
All right. Scene swipe. You're back on the mainland. You're at the food bank. It is the Helios Food Bank. It just has a generic name because there's one of them. And yeah, you know, there's a fair line of people just coming on in, coming on out with like, you know, takeaway of lobster and steak. And there's like little boxes being given to people who are just like using them for like carts and stuff.
To imagine how many of the city's rich are ripping their hair out at the sight of this.
Noah will just get in line.
Do I know anybody that
you're eventually at the front of the line.
All right, Noah will like
there's a woman there who's all like, "Do you want 1 or 2 tails, 1 or 2 steaks?" And we have a side of mashed potatoes and something called foie gras. I don't know, but it's there if you want it.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Whatever's
Hello?
easiest. I just wanted to ask about who's donating this particular sort of food.
Oh yeah, a bunch of chefs from like a culinary school, like on the edge of town.
Huh.
Which school? Do we know?
Well, it's not a school. It's what do you call it? It's like the Helios Pilots Lounge, and usually they do like presentations there or have like guest speakers and stuff. I don't know. They've been closed for like 7 months, and there's like chefs there doing a course, and they just every day for the last 7 months they've had. She's just some finger math. A lot of this stuff, we have to take several trucks.
Well, that definitely ain't normal.
Yeah, most of it's already cooked.
If it's been closed for that long, why are they still even doing anything?
I never asked any questions at all.
I mean, yeah, fair. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, don't even want to know. I'm good. I'm content. You want some foie gras?
Yes.
Sure.
I start helping myself.
I have no idea what that is.
I got some
Duck
fish
liver?
eggs that rich people like. They sometimes, for some reason, it's not foie gras, and sometimes it's fish egg. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes there's fries and not mashed potatoes. I don't get it. I don't ask. I don't want to get it.
Well, as long as the food is still coming.
Yep.
Noah will start eating one of the steaks like it's like a hand food, like you would eat a burger from one hand.
Oh yeah, no, they give it to you in like a wax tissue.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Do you have any on a stick?
Some of the carts outside do.
Sweet.
Okay, I guess Neil will grab like one steak, one lobster tail, start cracking open the tail with his bare hands, and
the tails are all gold leafed. Like they have gold leaf all over the tail shell.
Jesus Christ!
All right,
like gold leaf isn't expensive, but it is extremely bougie.
Like with the amount of lobster tail that's apparently all gold leaf they've been given away, you could melt it down to like at least a full bar.
Probably not a full bar.
Real gold, is it? It's like fake
gold
gold.
leaf is real. It's just so thin that it's like you need it.
No, you could take all these lobster tails over the 7 months and have maybe like a pretty good what do you call it? Like a little tiny rectangle of gold, like a slip.
Yeah, leaf isn't that much.
Yeah. It goes pretty far.
A lot of things go really far when you spread them out onto a liquid thin enough to eat. Well, into a solid thin enough to eat.
So
you don't eat the gold leaf. It's decoration, which I don't know which.
Well, you can.
I have done many things wrong in life.
You can. It's your body doesn't do anything with it. So,
it's gold. It can't hurt you.
Infer from that what you will.
Anywho, do I know anybody that works at this place?
Funnily enough, no. Like some people did used to work there, and they just stopped like 7-8 months ago.
Huh.
It's going to bother the hell out of me until we figure this out.
Yeah, I suppose we should go take
why
a
they
look.
stopped?
They were given a severance package because of COVID because they were non-essential.
That doesn't make any sense. But Noah, take a look at this.
Sorry, what am I taking a look at?
Your spirit thingy. Take a look at what's going on around here.
Look at it with your special eyes.
Oh,
what do your wizard eyes see?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Shelter?
I think the food and the shelter is the more important part.
Well, no, we'll see what he sees with just a basic use of it. Let's see. 3 successes.
So just scanning the boxes and boxes of food, none of them are, they got nothing going on for them, except they sort of have they have a trace on them, almost like they're part of like a network of things. They just have a trace though, like they're traced.
Right.
They've touched something,
Tracking it.
Can they trace it back?
Yeah. Pilot's Lounge.
Yeah. So, yeah, no.
Right, looks like we're heading there.
Right. Off we go.
All right. Scene swipe, the Pilot's Lounge. It is a breakfast buffet place that has like a bunch of yellowing posters on it that say that there's going to be like a Republican convention here about 7 months ago, sponsored by what was the name of this company? It was an excellent company. It was like it was like Black Book Aeronautics. The doors are locked with a bike chain lock. There's clearly like a few people inside, and it looks like no one's cleaned this place for a while. But around back, there's like a bunch of trucks and cars, and you can hear people clearly cooking in the kitchen.
I suppose we go around back.
There's like 6 chefs. They're all wearing like big, like the best masks you could wear during COVID, and they're all cooking lobster and wagyu steak. Some of them look studenty, some look older. They're being clearly taught and stuff, and everyone's just having a great time. There's music going. Everyone's, enjoying themselves.
All right. Sorry, really quick, 5 successes to Sorcerer's Sight then, before anything else.
There's something inside this place.
Okay, but they themselves are not S&C?
Yeah.
How tall is the building?
1 floor.
Okay, soaring crane leap on top. What do I see on the roof?
A air conditioner, a vent, a lot of bird shit, maybe a couple bottles and a porn magazine. It's the roof of a building.
Okay, so not really anything I could... Okay. I'm going to make my way back down.
Just coming in at all?
I mean, one of them like throws a wrapped plate at you, like tosses over of like fried steak on kebabs.
I absolutely held myself.
Yeah,
There's like a small pile of to-go plates just piling up under some heat lamps nearby.
Hey, so, what's going on, man?
We're cooking. Haven't you ever seen the movie Chef? It's a lot like that.
Do you have any idea how little? Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Like the number of cooking movies over the years. My God.
No, Chef. The movie Chef with that guy, the big guy in Iron Man.
Leo Favreau?
like the movie's name is Chef.
ScarJo's in it.
He opens a food truck.
Do you mind if we look around?
Still drawing a blank here.
Well, not in the kitchen, but if you want to go to the buffet, we'll throw a plate out to you. Just walk around the waiters.
All right.
So I gotta ask though, you guys, like a couple people who used to work here were like let go when COVID happened. You guys just stick around, or were you hired after?
Oh no, Black Book Aeronautics pays each of us. What did we ask for? Yeah, like $200 an hour plus overtime each.
What?
Oh wow!
Yikes! You guys are really.
We just kept asking for higher. We just kept asking for higher and higher wages, and they just signed off on it. No questions asked.
I mean,
And are you the guys setting up the whole donating to the food bank with all this food?
Well, yeah, we didn't want it to go to waste. The guy inside doesn't usually eat all of it, so like we just kind of send it off to the food bank. Why not, right? We're all learning how to cook here. It's great. I've learned so much about cooking in the last couple of like months here. This is the best job I've ever had in my life. I already have my school paid for.
the guy inside.
Thumbs up.
The customer.
Let's go fucking see who that is.
Yeah, they say the customer.
The custom.
Yeah, table 6. You'll know it when you see it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
At this point, I guess Neil's coming back down. We're reporting that there's not really a whole lot up there. Up top.
But we're going to table 6.
You go into the front of the restaurant, and a guy, he looks like he's probably middle to late aged, wearing a $10,000 suit, just pushes by you with a plate. It's like, next order, I need more. He looks tired. There's blood coming out of his ears, and he's just piling stuff onto the plate and bringing it out past you guys. He looks exhausted. If anyone here has any local knowledge or like political knowledge or like knowledge.
I mean, I grew up here, but I don't think that covers this.
I mean, I
I was
have some connections and stuff like that.
if you listen to the news, the type of news that talks about how much of a prick Elon Musk is, that guy's on the board of directors for Black Book Aeronautics.
Interesting.
And he's currently waiting tables.
Yeah, he's a huge piece of shit.
Wait, he's waiting tables or he's just eating?
No, he's waiting the table. It looks like he's just moving back and forth like with plates.
Oh.
Blood coming out of
Okay.
his ears.
Hey.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he's not.
So you walk out into the front of the restaurant, and let's set the scene. It is a small buffet place. The buffet cart has been moved to the side. There is an area for a piano, and there's a couple of dudes playing piano and jazz music, and they look exhausted. Like one of them looks like he's very thin and sickly. And they're doing Kid Rock covers. In the corner, there's a dude who's like massaging his throat in front of a microphone. It looks like he's on all these posters here as one of those like Republican candidate speakers that was going to be here 7 months ago. It looks like he never left. His clothes are filthy. He looks extremely terminally ill. And all around here in the corner, off to the side, are like chalk outlines where bodies have been.
Oh no.
The lights in here flicker every so often before coming back on and then off again. And over in the corner, by table 6, are 2 people seated. One is a blood ape.
So people in a loose term.
And the other is an elderly man in his 90s who's wearing a martial art gi, who is currently eating the food bit by bit with chopsticks.
Oh. Is this the
Okay,
old guy
well-
that we're supposed to look for?
Yeah, this is that old guy.
Huh.
He has Arcane 5.
Oh,
Fancy seeing him here.
Well,
Wait, do we remember meeting him if he has Arcane 5?
You've never met him. This is from Nicole's clan.
Ah,
Nicole, this is the guy. You recognize it. There he is. It's the
Oh,
guy.
I do recognize him.
Yeah, he's that immortal that went missing.
Oh,
7 months ago.
I remember that now.
The one Zero's looking for?
No,
Yeah, my
the
sister.
one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was.
This guy taught you martial arts.
Oh,
He's your
Oh,
sensei
shit.
and everything. You just remembered that now. Oh, shit. He taught you everything you know about martial arts, even the magic ones.
damn, man. I don't know how I could have forgotten that.
Well, mission
Hey, how
accomplished.
you been?
Oh, he waves. Come sit down. Pull up a chair.
I'll do just that.
The blood ape is grabbing cooked steaks, eating them, looking kind of mad or miserable. Like it's lobster steak. It doesn't even shell either of them. It eats all the bones.
not enough blood for him.
I guess I
Cooked.
probably still have a demanifested blood ape with me too, just to note. But I don't think anyone
Meeting
can
of
see
the
that. so-
gorillas.
I see
just
you've
kinda-
I see you've attained enlightenment. Good for you.
Yeah. So did my sister.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Good for the both of you. Your family's going to do really well now. You're going to rule this world. Nice.
right? Runs in the family, I guess.
Huh. So, you tracked me down. Are these other immortals here? I'm measuring the wind, and I can feel that they're all powerful. How
Yeah.
did you find all these guys? Fate did it, of course.
Yeah.
That's great. What's up?
We just came to figure out where the hell all this fancy food's coming from, and apparently you're the answer.
Yeah, I did that.
So what's
All
up
right.
with this?
Well, I'm a bit of a victim of my own success. So, about a year ago, I caught wind that this event was happening here in Helios, and Helios is known to be very saturated in the right kind of magic. And one of my family's mortal enemies are the people who secretly run Black Book Aeronautics. We've been trying to undo them for ages, and they were sponsoring this it's like a $5,000 buy-in buffet where they were going to have like some Republicans speak and Kid Rock album covers. Like, you know, it was a very specific clientele, and they're basically here to bribe politicians, right? So I got the idea that when Abel came through town, the biblical Abel is real, by the way. He came through town recently.
we heard about that.
I would construct a curse and hold this company to the letter of their offer of this being all you can eat. And through that medium, I would bankrupt it.
I mean,
The
it looks
aeronautics
like it's
company.
working.
Well, yeah, they were sponsoring this, and they're obligated to uphold their end of the contract. I ran into a bit of a snag, though, because it's all you can eat, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of food. It's not a bunch of food. It's
All you can eat.
all I can eat.
So you're stuck here
Huh.
eating forever?
Until a man... You can go out into the forest and eat a certain type of mushroom, and it'll feed you for the rest of your life after you eat it. Do you get the joke in that?
Because you,
Yes.
When a man has eaten all he can eat, what happens to him?
He does.
Well, he dies.
This is the scope of my mistake. Something happened in this town when Abel came through. I never really got the full details on it.
Someone fucking killed him.
That would explain that. Yeah, no, that makes sense then. And it twisted the curse I had built and kind of just... I got caught on one of its thorns, so I'm stuck in here.
So basically, you're here eating wagyu until you die,
Until I've had
Or-
all I can eat.
or
Yeah.
until someone
I
breaks the
Don't
curse.
suppose the curse could be undone?
Don't do that. This is for the best. It's better this way.
You're fine being stuck here eating forever until you're all you can eat.
In
Yes.
fairness, look at the benefits it's having for the people outside here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean,
Yeah.
he's like 90, and I don't think that's his actual age. He's probably going to be here longer than the company will exist.
Probably longer than most of the people eating, too.
Yeah, Black Book
Actually-
Aeronautics has a total value of about $25 billion, and going at various rates, it would take me like 400 years to out-eat them. But here's the funny thing about that. I haven't actually been able to tell people this, so I'm glad you're here. So they couldn't keep staff here because of COVID, but they have to staff this place, but they can't hire new staff. So at first, they sent logistics, marketing, human resources to work this place, as I had all I can eat. That doesn't have a time limit. That's 24 hours.
That would explain the board member bleeding from his ears.
Yeah, I've almost run him to death. It's going to be great. He's gonna die doing this. A few others already have.
That would explain the chalk
I look
outlines.
around at all the chalk. Yeah, the chalk outlines.
You know, if it wasn't a board director for Black Book, I think I'd feel a bit worse about this.
All the regular staff would just quit.
Or get extort the company for $200 an hour.
That's the other thing. They have to give me Wagyu beef, or it says right there in the contract of the poster they foolishly made, depending on the day of availability, an equivalent type of quality of steak. Japan, the country, does not deliver Wagyu beef here anymore, so now they've moved over to a Wagyu alternative and a Kobe, but it's still astronomical because at first they were getting it for the same price they'd always get it, but then mysteriously, all of the distributors they'd go to were getting phone calls telling them to just ask higher. And they did.
Yeah.
And they had to pay because they have to uphold the contract.
Do you mind if I grab some real quick?
It's all you can eat.
This is the first time that Sala has actually ever touched this stuff at this point in time.
Whoa. Wait, before you touch anything.
Oh.
I just want to make sure it won't tap us into the curse if any of us eats here.
I wouldn't have told you to have some if that was the case.
Just
I'm
wanted to
thinking
make
a few
sure.
steps ahead.
So, yeah.
I just want to say this is pinging off one of my intimacies really well. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah, probably same here.
So with the trumped up prices they have to pay, with the fees from COVID that are daily and compounding, do you know what compound fees do when you keep breaking the law every single day and it keeps incrementing? It's a fantastic thing. So shipping, the helicopters, they no longer can ship the normal way, so they have to pay for a helicopter. And now the delivery companies are charging them for the maintenance and the fuel up front and the pilot OT and hazard pay. All these fees have slowly ballooned the price to the point where I'm almost certain I can drain that what was it, 25 bill
Yeah.
I think I can get it.
Well, sounds like it's not.
Well, of all the
Problem.
ways to feed one of these companies to the wolves, I'm glad you found a delicious one, and not just for you.
Right? Everyone in town is getting free, like, super high quality food. That's a net bonus for everyone except for people that I kind of want to go fuck themselves. So,
In a way, we are all eating the rich.
yeah.
I
The
sit
next
down
one-
and just start having some meal. Just having a meal as well on this table.
Yeah.
Oh, who's your dinner partner? I point to the blood ape.
Oh, so one of the things I knew they were going to try right off the bat is only bringing a limited amount because I can only eat so much in a day. It's true. I can't really eat a lot. I don't really have to. It's not like going to sleep or going to the bathroom stops me. It's not as much as you can eat before you have to go to the washroom. It's all you can eat. So there's no way for them to kind of weasel out of it. But my companion here, the blood ape, he can put away quite a bit, which means it's a variable amount we eat every day, depending on how fast we go through it, which means they have to order in bulk. And their suppliers are now forcing them to order not just in bulk, but to also order a vast amount of bulk and also purchase companion product alongside of it to move stock that they normally don't move at a premium.
That would explain the mashed potatoes and fries.
Yeah, we had oysters for an entire week. It was great. I broke a tooth on a pearl. It's fixed itself.
Jesus.
A ways back, we had snowshoe crab. A little bit before that, it was mussels. Like, whatever they need to sell from those maritime fisheries, they go, hey, you have to buy this many tons of the lobster ahead of time, and then you have to buy this many tons of this at the same price.
That doesn't explain the foie gras.
They work with other distributors. I don't really know the full scope of it because I'm not paying attention. I just make phone calls.
Well, this stuff is delicious.
I've gotten a bit tired of it, but
I can understand that.
I can understand getting tired of the food, but getting tired of gnawing down black book one steak at a time.
yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to get old.
The figurehead behind it came in here and tried to stop me, and we fought, and I fought him off and killed several of his servants. So
Oh,
that
wow.
went well.
Huh.
I know martial arts.
He must be quite the person to survive that.
He is a worthy nemesis.
I have to ask because I'm quite new to being an immortal, as are most of us, I think, here. What kind of immortal are you? I've never seen someone who apparently we won't remember after this conversation.
Oh, man. I felt your presence when you all first came into power a couple weeks back. So I am an agent of clarity, is an excellent way to put it. There is a pattern to the world, a pattern of order where everything fits into its place. And there are beings that have a will behind it, and they handpick people to govern the laws of them. I'm a governor. So I enforce the laws and will of clarity.
Now, isn't clarity I want to say a bad, like I remember we were being introduced to this whole rebellion and torment and order and stuff.
It was stasis that was the problem, not clarity.
Stasis, well, yeah, but I thought stasis and clarity were the same thing, or am I mistaken there?
The noble element of stasis is a fundamental underpinning to all of our world, and its element, the energy it emanates, the thing that powers it is the song of clarity.
Okay. And
there's too much of it. That's a problem.
And they mentioned that we were rebellion.
I'm something else because
I think
rebellion and hunger.
Okay. But then, what was the name of that group of evil wizards related to clarity?
The Union?
Yeah,
yes.
The Union.
Yeah.
They're mortal agents of clarity.
Yes. But it would seem that
are they just a different flavor of clarity then? Like, I guess, like
Gerald, what were you saying? Just because sometimes we cut people off.
Oh, no worries. I was just like, yeah, but it would seem that you would be kind of opposed to our brand of torment, I guess.
No, it's not team jerseys like that. This isn't World of Warcraft. Basically, as long as your goals align with mine, it doesn't really matter what team you fight for. Who cares?
It's kind of surprising, though, because what we'd been led to believe, this stasis and clarity stuff, it was all about enforcing the status quo, and, well, here you are, grinding it down one bit at a time, at least a major pillar of it.
I think that status quo is meaning different things in this sense. Like, status quo gravity exists is different than status quo billionaires exist, you know?
I merely arranged the system and the inevitability of how its inputs and outputs work in such a way as to completely destroy my nemesis through his own sword. That's clarity. The Song of Clarity. It's synchronicity.
Tricky thing, isn't it?
Interesting.
Synchronicity is... synchronicity is someone gets into a car accident and then the next day they find out that the person who did it is an old enemy of theirs and it was just coincidence, fate. Synchronicity is someone starts a pendulum on one part of the world and on another part of the world, another one just suddenly starts in sync. Clarity is synchronicity.
Well, is there anything that we can do to make things a little bit easier for you or make things more entertaining?
No, I have this covered.
Yeah,
You should probably stay away from this place and me in case you get caught on a thorn. It'd be horrific if you did.
Sorry, a thorn?
The thorn of the curse I made just kind of caught me along the way once Abel died, I guess.
So these are like physical things?
No, it's like the pattern of the curse itself. You can get caught in it. You can get swept up in its currents. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's why I was worried about us eating the food.
Well, man, now I'm kind of worried about whatever damage we might have done with. No, the vampires need to go. No,
absolutely.
No point in worrying about that now.
Right. I think this problem seems to not actually be a problem for now.
Yeah, it seems like it's a net positive for everyone that
matters.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
Once Black Book Aeronautics goes into foreclosure, the rest of my family and the power players inside there will strike a definitive final battle against our enemies and wipe their ruin upon the face of the earth.
Wonderful.
Well, I'm sure you'll get another chance to throw down with that CEO guy then.
Perhaps. Not after I gave him jigsaw organ syndrome, though. He'll be working that off for a while.
Well,
that sounds painful.
Jigsaw organ syndrome?
It's a disease where your body parts fall out like puzzle pieces.
Oh,
they still function. Like if your heart falls out, your heart still beats, but it fell off.
So it's like still spiritually connected, but not physically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Someone asked how you get it?
Yeah.
I give it to you through martial arts and punching it into you.
Oh, I mean, no, not how you get it, but how do you do that? That sounds awesome.
Mastering the synchronicity of clarity through the enlightenment of the masters of stasis. Not hard.
So magic kung fu.
Yeah.
Well, more magic sounds like.
Yeah, like normally when we've seen us use our magic, it's stuff like I hit harder, or I can run so fast you can't catch me.
I mean, I turn into
actual
a dinosaur.
Which, by the way, awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Or like
punching someone's organs out while they're still beating is a whole different level of horrific that I've.
Yeah, every time we've
learned something new every day.
Yeah, every time we've managed to punch someone's organs out of them, they kind of, die.
So we mastered the first part of it, just not the.
Oh, it's rough. They could sneeze pretty bad and just lose a bunch of stuff right off of them.
Oh my god! So it sounds like whatever idiot that was should live in an encounter suit now.
Oh, he'll burn it off in time. It's this whole thing. You're a lot more resilient than you're going to give yourselves credit for. You'll be able to weather curses like this in time.
Okay.
Cool. I hope I never get hit by it, but yeah, cool.
Well,
There are
not everyone.
There are few who know how to inflict jigsaw organ syndrome on people. It's not super common. My master, for one.
Yeah.
That makes
Well,
sense.
you had to learn it from someone.
Yes, but that's really all there is. I have this taken care of. This is handled. Don't come back to this place. It's a danger.
All right.
Before we go, can I ask one last question?
Chernobyl, then.
Sure.
You mentioned before, and I've heard this from something else today, and I think you kind of know about this fossil, but I've heard it mentioned before that we're the rightful rulers of the world because we're immortal. What does that mean?
That sounds like zeal and rebellion propaganda to me.
You yourself said it, though.
Kind of just shrugs, like a devilish shrug.
Huh.
There are people. I don't know. Have you ever heard the Epic of Gilgamesh, Mad King Gilgamesh?
Yes.
Something like that.
It's not hard for people to put you on a throne.
Fair enough.
It's really not a more complicated way to put it. It's very easy to put all of you on a throne.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Kind of
I
strange
forgot
to
you
imagine.
existed until we came in here. Even though we were looking for you, we didn't know who the hell we were looking for.
Yep.
What's to stop us from, after we leave, being like, oh, we should investigate where this food is coming from and doing it all over again? Ad infinitum.
You'll remember that you solved this. It's not 51st dates.
All right. Well, remember that we solved it, just not who the person doing it is.
You won't even notice that you can't remember.
Oh, that's so fucking weird.
Well, 51st States was pretty weird, too, so it all evens out.
Well, I guess it's nice meeting you, Forget-Me-Not.
Yes, you all have yourselves a wonderful rest of your lives.
Yeah.
No,
do our best.
Yeah.
Him and the Blood Ape go back to eating as that waiter just passes out on the ground having a heart attack.
Oh, okay. Guess
One
you're a
down.
bit. Guess it's time.
I just immediately step over and slit his throat because I need to fill my virtue. Vow. Sorry. I need to fulfill my vow.
Don't kill that guy. He's like, just move on. Just leave. Don't try to pick fruit from here.
Oh,
Okay, I
remember the
do.
points.
And I gain 3 limit.
I missed
I
that.
think he got the limit from not killing someone.
He's dying of a heart attack. You're not
so it's
killing someone.
Okay. Fair. I wasn't quite clear about that. It looked like he was dying slowly on the ground. If it's a quick death, that's fine then.
Yeah, he's having another heart attack.
Oh, you care if it's a quick death?
Yeah, so when I got Essence 2, I picked a virtue of chivalry of death. And I picked the virtue of accuracy. So if someone's suffering, I need to end their suffering to make it quick. Otherwise, I gain limit.
I mean, the guy drops and dies. It's over.
Not a problem then.
Damn.
Cool.
I mean, I know I've seen people die of heart attacks before, but damn.
One other thing, sir.
Yes?
You seem to know a lot about all the strange things going on here. Do you know anything about the Minotaur and why there's so few ghosts?
Minotaur's been hunting them, probably. It's what they do.
That's what we'd heard already. All right.
It's their place in the ecosystem.
Is the Minotaur like us?
Yes. A lot more indestructible. Not in the sense that it's all powerful, in the sense that they're very hard to kill.
Okay. And it's not a behemoth.
No, it's not a behemoth. You'll know when you encounter a behemoth. Trust me.
Okay. It's like,
But yeah, the Minotaur probably lives in the ossuary. You could just go talk to it and see what it is. If you're, what do you want from it? You could usually just leave them alone and to do their own thing.
Well, there's a risk
Figure
it
out
might
what's going
kill
on
one
with
of our
them.
friends.
One at a time.
Go ahead.
Oh no! I was just going to say to figure out what's going on with it. Curiosity mostly.
Okay. And no, I was just saying there's a risk it might kill one of our friends or contacts or something.
Well, only if they're dead, and only if they contaminate the world by associating with the living.
Well, yes.
vampire.
Oh, yeah, they're fucked.
Oh, well, again, have a pleasant meal. Okay, question mark.
Yeah, bye. You all have a beautiful time.
Yeah.
However long it takes.
All right.
And I'm assuming you all leave
Yep.
the restaurant.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
gonna get out of here before we get caught in
And
thorns.
that's where the lobster and steak come from. Very simple.
Yeah, that was pretty simple. I guess we can move on to the drug kids now.
That is an impressive level of determination and pettiness. Although I guess on this scale it isn't petty anymore.
As Sala, is walking out, it's like, damn, I've been missing out.
No, I guess it's impressive to see what people like us could do. Or, well, not quite like us, it seems.
Well,
Yeah,
just
I have a
scale
feeling
movie.
that's not really my wheelhouse. I'm more of a punch 'em up type, make sure other people don't get hurt type. Maybe the one that's a sorcerer.
But like the general scheme of the general scale of things. I mean,
Oh yeah. That's like a contracts, like a ferry.
It was a fun fact. Sorceress working that was fluid.
Well, there you go. I guess it really is like the sorcerer.
All right.
Just fuck
Well,
around.
damn.
So yeah, as you are leaving, a Lambo crashes into the side of the building because it doesn't stop in enough time, and a guy in a suit gets out and runs inside.
well, I guess that's his replacement.
I feel like somebody's version of hell is going to look like. I'm just not sure.
You should leave them
I think
to
it
their
might be
work.
that Blood Apes version of hell. It certainly didn't look happy with it.
Well, I mean, it's a blood ape, and there's not a lot of blood in cooked steaks, so can't say I blame it.
Yeah, that's pretty bullshit. It's definitely better when it's fresh.
No, it warms the cockles of my heart to see this stuff happen.
Everyone's getting what's coming to them. Yep.
You leave behind the conservative breakfast buffet and the ancient master inside. And now, how do you track down drug peddling children?
Well, we know that teachers are on the drugs. So if we find a teacher, we'll know what kid gave them the drugs.
We can also just ask around looking for where we can buy drugs.
Yeah, I guess.
The lemonade
Seems
stand.
rather casting a wide net instead of...
Yeah. First thing would be to ask the lemonade stand people, I would assume.
Scene swipe, you're in front of a child's lemonade stand. I'm assuming it's nightfall.
Sure.
Because time had to go by.
We've had a busy day.
That means
It's a
the
bit
Abyssals
busy
and
today.
Lunars get their moats.
At some point
Right.
along this, could I have gotten some sort of arm shield for the sword and board style?
Sure, the trash can lid, the resin shield, the hood of a car that's been carved into a shield, whatever you want.
Let's go with trash can lid for now. Keep things improvised.
Perfect. You're in front of a lemon stand. It's made of wood. It has cartoonish drawing on it. There's two children manning it with a square reader.
With a what?
A
Little-
square reader. contactless payment reader.
Oh, okay.
$1 for lemonade, $5 for a special.
Where does the just curiosity, where do you get your special stuff?
Well, a special is a lemonade with 1 Monster Energy drink, 1 5-hour energy, and just looking around. And this thing, it's called caffeine. It's like a caffeine thing you add to energy drinks.
Mind if I
Like
take
a chaser?
You're going to discover Sorry, go first.
I was like, Noah, why don't you take a look at that?
All right.
It isn't magic. It's just extremely not good for you. It's the base components of a 4 Loco.
Wait, like there's no alcohol in this even?
No, it's wicked alcohol. The base lemonade is alcoholic.
Okay, there we go. People were talking about kids selling alcohol. I'm like, what? They were just having caffeine.
Sorry, 4 Loco?
4 Loco was an energy drink that was a Monster Energy drink, hard vodka, and also caffeine shots. It basically stopped your heart.
Right.
Oh, so it's time to discover the Forbidden Hour.
It's a sweet ball light.
It interacted with the different chemicals like the taurine, the caffeine, the alcohol in such a way that it really fucked your life.
It fought itself inside you.
Why would you even make something like that?
They couldn't after a while. They weren't allowed for various reasons after a while.
Have you met humanity?
After a while, as in
Too many
a lot
lawsuits.
of people had to die before they figured out, hey, maybe we shouldn't make super caffeine.
They didn't think that. They were forced to not do that. There was no, we went too far. Geez.
It's not like they didn't know it wasn't healthy.
The government.
You made an energy drink for fucking space marines.
Yeah, the government was like, you can't do this anymore. Anyway, the kids are like, $1 for a lemonade. It's actually just a screwdriver. It's like orange and it's fermented orange, like vodka alcohol, or $5 for a special. That plus a bunch of other stuff.
Well, it's a lemonade stand at night, so I guess I really shouldn't have expected anything different than a screwdriver.
Have you heard about the thing that people were like getting like super energy from?
What?
The stuff from the kids at the park or something? I don't know.
Like, heard this teacher got like COVID and now he's like running around the city all the time or something like that.
Are you old people clumsily trying to ask us if we can sell you drugs?
Yes. Thank you.
We would like drugs, please.
Well, we don't carry... Well, we don't have any on us because this is what we sell. But if you're looking... Wait, what kind of money do you have on you? Do you have bills, wads, cash wad money?
Yes.
It's cash for drugs. We don't take credit.
Well, obviously.
Just a hand of whatever bills I have in my pocket to the kids.
We'll also take like gold and jewels too.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, okay, fine. You got cash. All right, great. Head into the suburbs by the Wizard's Tower. It's that big clockwork tower, and there should be a kid there.
Wonderful.
Suburb.
All right, thanks.
For your time.
I'll also take a lemonade.
Oh yeah, do you want a special?
Yeah, make it a special.
There's a tip option on the scanner.
I don't feel like using.
Yeah, I tip. Why not?
I don't feel like using resistance excellency today, so no on the special for me.
Scene swipe. You're in a small park in a cul-de-sac suburb. It has a rather large stone and metal tower with like a fake sun in it that's giving off light and has like tons of moths smashing into it constantly. And there is a kid sitting in a chair reading a magazine. It's Weekly World News. I can't believe the government lets Hillary run free.
Clinton?
Yeah, Clinton or Swank.
What?
Hey, kid, One of your cohorts told us you're the guy with the connections.
Oh, God, yeah, you really need what we're selling. Just look at you all. You're so old.
Yes.
How much?
Oh, it's like your skin's hanging off of your jowls. It's just horrific. Well, I got what you need. He takes out a bottle, shakes it. Tritonin, weak supply. It'll make you feel like you're immortal.
How awkward.
The fuck is Tritonin?
It's Tritonin. It's a miracle drug. It uses science and activated ions to make you feel like you're a kid again, but not us type of kids. What you mistakenly nostalgia. What do you think a kid is?
Noah.
Oh.
All right, we'll take one.
Where are you getting it from?
We make it. That's where we're getting it from.
You make it.
You kids are doing that much chemistry?
I mean, it's a all natural herbal supplement. It doesn't take a lot to make it.
Yes, so is every other. So is every other overly expensive energy drink.
$100 for a week.
Hey,
I mean, sure. Have $100.
He gives you a bottle with 7 pills in it.
Okay.
Noah.
Thank you.
Still probably
Noah
more
will-
reliable than gas station bills.
Noah
but-
will, give it the old sorcery look just to be safe.
Oh, it's wicked
it-
magical.
Okay. 8
Yeah.
successes if you want to give me more info.
It is pulsing with the subtle signs of some sort of fraying breakdown in reality, as if the borders between what is and what isn't is constantly eroding inside the capsules.
Yeah, Noah will say exactly that in the most casual tone possible.
The 13-year-old is making a jack-off motion and rolling his eyes, and then goes back to his magazine.
Oh, he's a 13-year-old.
Yeah, this one is. He's out late. It's curfew.
Wait, why? Does that mean it's okay? Why? Does that mean it's okay to, like...
I was just curious. Like, I assumed they were, like, 10 and under. It's not really better that a 13-year-old or a 10-year-old is selling drugs, but I don't know. It's
it
good to
still doesn't
know.
make-
Especially not magic anti-reality drugs.
Right. So, where do you get this herb?
Why the fuck would we tell you that? Do you not know what a drug dealer is?
Okay, you know what? Fuck this shit. I just like open up my fangs and loom over the kid menacingly. I'm gonna just threaten him.
Hey, it's still a kid. Come on.
I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm gonna threaten him.
The kid
The
is going to freak
implication
out
is
and hit
I'm
his
going
button.
Why do you do these things?
This is a rich suburb, and a police siren sounds off in the distance.
Oh,
Sorry, this is a what suburb?
A rich suburb.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we probably should have considered that before we started. Whatever. Ditch. Run for it.
You hear dogs barking in the distance.
Do you want to grab the kid or not?
Nah, cheese it, boys. The cops are coming.
We have. I can use the drugs to look for their source.
All right.
I know what the essence tastes like now.
well, the dark skinned solar or Dawncast Solar is going to make a run from the cops.
Actually, before we do that, can I think this would be a
Look,
better
some
choice.
habits die hard, man.
One of my venom for my fangs, I think I picked memory numbing bite. If I bite someone, they get amnesia and forget everything that happened in the scene. Should I just quickly bite the kid so he forgets everything?
God.
You do you.
Oh my god.
Does it leave the bite mark on him, though? Like, they're going to be like, who the fuck bit this child with human teeth? Don't
Well,
get your...
No,
technically, it
they're
leaves
not
the-
human teeth.
Leaves the
This one
fang
gets
marks,
fangs.
so they think it's like a vampire did it.
They're going to be like, Jake, yeah, sorry, kid, you got jumped by a vampire. And it's like, a vampire? What are you going to do about it? Forget about it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Right.
Oh my god. And meanwhile, Neil is running his
So
ass.
are you going to attack this kid with your vampire bite?
Yeah, why not?
All right, you wipe his memory.
And it's like we were never there, except the kid now has $100 extra and no drugs.
You guys,
less drugs.
you guys book it into open country. I'm going to end the recording here so we can offload the files because it's been going a little long, and then we'll pick up from there.
Yeah.
And we're back. So you all escape from the suburbs and start to use Sorcerer's Sight to start tailing where this is leading to you?
If I can manage that, yeah.
It's going to lead you probably to another kid that's also selling this stuff. And if you follow the kid...
God, we're stalking children now.
The poor thing of that.
The kid will eventually lead you back to the suburb school.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Rising Star School.
Okay.
I feel...
There's some kid just making this stuff in a high school chemistry lab now?
Well, this kid goes into the gym, so who can say?
Well,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
This, if anyone's good at sneaking around, that would probably be a good job for them.
Zero?
Oh,
did she not show up this one?
Yeah, she's not here.
Yeah, not available.
I was just going to use crafty observation method and, do all of the investigating of the school in one roll.
Sure.
Well, Neil could give it a shot. What do I need to roll? Do I need to roll a bunch of stealth rolls or just one or what?
You got to tell me what you're doing, and that'll facilitate the roll.
Right. I'll follow the kid, and it's in the gym. We're going to the gym, right? So guess Soren
kid
leap
went into the gym.
The kid went to the gym, so I guess Neil will try hopping up to the top of the gym and seeing if he could find a way in from there.
The gym has skylights because it's rich.
Yeah. Try and see if he can get a skylight open and work his way in from there.
The skylights have all been sealed, it looks like. Recently they've been resealed, and there's a lot of steam and smoke on some of them, but you can look down well enough, and the gym floor has been ripped up. This place doesn't have a basement, so that the ground and sod beneath is available, and it looks like they have fields of mushrooms growing.
Huh.
They glow bioluminescently.
Oh, okay. That's
there's like a dozen kids in there. Some are tending the mushrooms and the racks and racks of dehydrators off site. Some are doing money counting. Others playing basketball.
I'm surprised enough of the court left. I'm surprised there's enough of the court left for basketball. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Can he take a closer look, see if he can get a better angle around it or something?
What are you trying to see? What would the closer look give you? What are you trying to see if you can see?
This sounds like something I'd need. Well, what about the kid that I followed in? Where'd he go?
He is walking in from that door. He is dropping off a bag of money at the money counters and dropping off the pills he hadn't sold.
Anything being said?
I mean, yeah, everyone here is talking and chatting. Just
so nothing
normal.
Sticks out.
Not really. It's oh yeah, it was a good run. Yeah, I made this much. Blah blah blah.
Right,
this person's now doing it. Add that to the spreadsheet. They're just marking names on spreadsheets and stuff, keeping track of who's where.
Right. Anything? Okay, aside from the bioluminescence, if I watch the kids at the mushrooms, anything especially weird about the mushrooms? Aside from the fact that they're glowing.
Well, there's a section of the ground that has been harvested, and they walk over to it and have a bucket of sloshing blood that glows a little, and they just pour it all over that bare patch.
I'm sorry, did you say blood?
Yeah, it's glowing, thick, goopy blood.
Oh no.
You have no idea.
Neil has no idea. I am starting to have suspicions.
You have no idea. You could not possibly fathom the true form of what this is.
Yeah, Neil has no idea what's going on. Just a vague sense of dread of okay, blood is supposed to look like that.
If you got your smartphone on you can take a movie.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. If you have a phone, you could record it.
Oh, right. Yeah. I might probably do
Yeah.
these days. Everyone's got one.
The bioluminescent glow is like a bright kind of aqua blue.
The
The blood is also chunky.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I guess he'll just kind of take what video he can without using lights or flashes or anything.
Send it to the group chat.
Yeah.
Now, do I know anything? Can I detect anything about the weird blood? Just from the video?
No.
Well,
Can I make some kind of occult roll to?
If need be, I can probably pick them up and bring them up here.
I mean, you're just going to go in and grab like a bucket?
No, like grab one of the people. Grab one of my friends. And
I don't know what a cult roll you could possibly make for this because it is an extremely strange fucking thing. And you have limited knowledge of the world.
If someone could bring me closer, I could do my usual thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm asking. Like, can I like grab him and bring him up to the roof so he can look into the skylights?
What's your strength?
3.
I mean, if it's just the roof, I have athletics 5.
Oh, also, yeah, I can just carry you as well. I can walk up walls.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's If people need to get anywhere, I can bring you. I have strength 5. I can climb walls and ceilings. As a triceratops as well, if I wanted.
I shall
I mean,
take
whatever
this
works.
opportunity. I shall take this opportunity to pet the dinosaur.
Wants to be on the roof can be on the roof.
Okay. Then I would like to use Sorcerer's Sight. I'm going to go ahead and burn a mote this time just to make sure I can get as many details as possible. You know, just for excellency.
Kind of a comical mental image of Fossil sort of walking up and everyone else like hanging off her tail or off of the horns or something.
Anyway, 8 successes again.
Nice.
Oh, all the stuff they're touching is like unspooling reality around them.
On what?
Unspooling reality around them. Like, it's giving off radiation. Not like, radiation, weird radiation.
Like taint.
Like stuff from the cosmos, from the deepness, from the darkness of space.
One might even say wild radiation.
Does it look like it's hurting the kids? Like, does it look like it's getting into them by them handling these things?
Nah, not that kind of radiation, but it's covering them, so like stuff looking for a wheel to track them.
Yeah, okay.
Great. Well, obviously I share that info. Like, this is... I don't like any of this.
Should we bust in?
Well, I'm not sure what other options we have.
Listen, the last time we tried to confront a child, he called the cops on us. They're going to do it again. Well, they don't want cops to come to their grow up, so they might not. But either way, everyone seemed very squeamish about biting the child, which will probably have to happen again if we go in there.
Well, now that we know that it's something bad, very bad behind all of this, I wouldn't mind, blowing up the cops if they become a problem.
Wait,
plus,
so like, are we still in rich suburb?
In the school in a rich suburb, yeah. But if they don't call the cops, we can just threaten them with force. But they are kids, and kids are little shits.
They're also generally
just
cowards, so we'll probably explain what's going on if need be.
What's the play here?
I have a question. One of my charms, Elegant Tyrant's Majesty, says, for the rest of the scene, whenever anyone seeks to oppose me in any respect, either socially or physically, you must make a willpower roll, or else abort their action and use a simple action to bow their head in shame. In a fight, that makes sense. Socially, do you know how that plays out if I try and confront these kids with that charm active?
Yeah, I guess if they try to be evasive and shit, it'll be a huge burden.
But they won't confess to my questions, or they just bow down, look down, and be scared.
I don't know. We'll have to see. Sounds like the charm would do exactly what you're looking for. Depends on how you use it, how you ask questions.
Maybe Fossil should park in front of the door and make sure that it's harder for them to get out.
So we want to cover all exits before we come in and make some demands of these little school children.
I mean, if I was here, I'd just be like, let's just burst in through one of the doors, Nicole looking like a triceratops, and just smash our way through, being like, we're here, we're the authorities. Stop moving, stop fucking moving. You want to turn these tots into angels? Stay down, kids.
I want to just point out, you found the perfect weakness to a group of super murder demigods. A bunch of kids we don't want to kill.
Yeah, exactly. Filthy drug peddling children.
And what are we going to ask them?
Where did you get all of this shit?
Yeah, that's where I'll start.
Like this kind of thing doesn't just. I guess it might just kind of happen, but it doesn't come into this level of organization just happening. Especially knowing defeated blood, there's something else going on here.
We need to find the source of the blood. We need to stop this from stop the grow operation, and we need to make sure that the kids are safe.
Question.
So,
why do we have to stop the grow operation?
Because this stuff could kill people?
But it's
no, it can't. It's actually making people super healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not narcotic. It's not addictive. It's it makes everybody really healthy, and it's a little bit creepy when they make it. That seems to be the only downside. And children are dealing drugs, but it's not really drugs.
It also seems to be corroding reality a little bit.
Yeah,
which is a minor issue.
Honestly, I think the drugs aren't the big concern. It's where they came from. That's the bigger issue we want to investigate.
We definitely need to know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm wondering where all this came from. So,
if you did any sort of examination of people who've taken the drug, they have a perfect immune system, and any illness or disease they had is completely fixed. They even have they heal like exalts on this drug.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
But how long does it last, and what are the withdrawal symptoms like?
It lasts a day per pill, and withdrawal symptoms are you don't have an immune system anymore because the pills took over. Just like Tritonin from Stargate.
Just like what?
Tritonin from Stargate. This is a drug in Stargate. I took it from there.
So
I've never seen Stargate.
That's a shame. Yeah, whoever knows Stargate SG-1, this is Tritonin. It's Tritonin. You know this.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
So sorry, if they stop taking it, they lose their immune system?
Well, they didn't have one to begin with in Stargate, but yeah.
Yeah, if you go off Tritonin, you have no immune system anymore. You need the drug for it.
Okay, then yeah, it is then super addictive then, because if you don't take
That's not addictive. That's not addictive. They're not addicted to it. They just
Okay, fair enough.
Without it.
It's like you put in a prosthetic into a person and then say they have to keep paying to keep it running or else they die.
Look, addictions are childish because it's something you want. They need Tritonin. That's different.
Okay, so basically it's more like Shirkali with the antivirals.
Or like Tritonin from Stargate.
Yeah.
It's very much semantics.
How are you busting this grow up?
Yes. It sounded like we had the idea. Block the door and start questioning. Abyssal can be creepy.
All right, so what?
Let's, just
I guess
bust in and scare them straight.
Seems like you've blown the doors off their hinges and rushed on in, being all like, fucking Lord. And the kids are all on the ground, hands on their heads.
Ah, damn it. I was going to do an Avon Cullen gag. Well, next time.
All right.
They all go, cops, cops, cops. A bunch of them get on the ground with their hands on their heads. And one goes, I am recording this, and has a cell phone pointing at you guys.
I take it and break it in half.
Shit. Wait, you're not cops.
Well, I just have my fangs just coming out of my mouth. Well, what do we have here?
He turns on a strobe light. UV lights, Blade!
I activate Elegant Tyrant's Majesty for 2 motes. I'm surrounded by the presence of like the presence and authority that is a prince of death, and
Hey,
say,
cut out the strobe lights. You don't know if anyone here is might be epileptic.
"Put it
Fuck
down,
you, Blade.
boy."
Points it at you. And then just puts it down. Well, you got us with your magic. Shit. I guess we're going to die now. I had a good run. 13 years.
God damn it.
Man, if you think this is a good run, it goes way downhill from here.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. You've got like 5 more good years, and then it starts going downhill.
You talk a lot.
Anyway,
Tell us about these drugs you're growing.
We're growing drugs. They're a miracle drug. It's good for people, and we make money off of it that we use to buy candy and bicycles.
And I kicked the bucket of weird blue blood. And where'd you get this from?
Hey, don't do that. That's hard to harvest. We have to get it from the harvesting room.
And where is this harvesting room?
Oh, it's over there.
And you'll
I will
kind of
go
go
and
into the
check it.
harvesting room.
You open the door to a storage room in the gym, and there's a large Kodiak bear-sized monster chained up in there, with its lower half being fed into a snowblower.
Cool.
It looks like it's made completely of mushrooms and is a predator of some kind and is glowing bioluminescent.
Does it look like it's in pain?
Yeah, it has half its body in a snowblower.
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess
Can
we'll
I-
kick the snowblower off.
you mean a wood chipper?
Can I identify what kind of creature it is?
No, because it's not anything from Earth. They're like, that's
Okay.
that star beast.
Okay.
Out of
So-
character,
Oh.
is this Attack on the Block? These kids from Attack on the Block, and they decided to just harvest the aliens for making drugs.
Look, I can tell all you millennials and Gen Xers want us to explain what's going on, right?
Yes.
A star beast crashed in our backyard in a meteor a couple months back, and we caught it. And then I had the idea to feed it into this blender and use its bits to grow stuff.
That's quite
That's a
an
pretty
idea.
big leap.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody helped you out with that.
No, I just knew that it was a mushroom, and mushrooms grow in the ground. So if we just ground it up a bit and grew it, I could grow mushrooms, and maybe we'd have little babies of them and sell them like Audrey 2. That's something that old people showed me, by the way. I know about the movie from a slot machine.
And how did you kids capture this thing?
It was wicked hurt when it crashed here in its meteor, so it wasn't that hard to corral it, chain it up, and feed it into that snowblower.
Hmm.
Oh man, yeah. Whose intimacy is that? About not letting things be tortured?
Like it's one
Look,
of the nipples.
It's a star beast, not a star friend. That's a predator. Look at it. It definitely feeds on things. So, them or us.
Feeding it to a snowblower for how long have you been doing this?
7 months.
Okay, feeding it to a snowblower for 7 months probably isn't helping matters.
Whenever the school closed for COVID and all the adults left.
Huh.
Honestly, I kind of respect the hustle. The problem here, though, is when people stop taking your drugs, they die.
Yeah, so we
Which-
won't stop selling it to them. Duh.
I was concerned it was a really bad business model. Now that I know they have to continually take it, that's actually a really good business model.
It's a good business model, but
Yeah, but it's also really predatory.
No,
What if
what?
it's-
All of our teachers no longer have COVID, are healthy, are constantly active and jogging. They have a nightlife now. They don't need as much sleep, and now they're actually getting a work-life balance. You people are Nazis if you take that away from them.
Also, look at the healthcare system. They are paying $400 a month and are perfectly healthy, don't need to take any other medications. It cures their diabetes and cancer, and if they get hurt, it heals them real good. I don't know. It sounds like they're just giving people really cheap healthcare that's better than anything anyone else can provide.
None of
They-
you people
I
have a
may-
copay.
if I may posit, some input, do we know the long-term issues of feeding people Star Beast? What if they eventually all become one after a year of taking these pills, or something that you would have absolutely no way to discern from just...
That's an awfully spurious jump.
That would be hilarious.
It's a mushroom.
And if they turn into monsters that are evil, then we'll just take care of the monsters.
I'm paying attention to this Star Beast that's chained up and being fed through a snowplow, basically. And I just want to confirm.
It's like constantly trying to strain against the industrial chains they've bolted into the wall to get out and kill you guys.
To be clear, though, this thing is suffering and dying slow, right?
No, it's pissed off and full of rage and is regrowing itself by the moment. It's growing new arms right now. Hey, you guys might want to throw that back into the snowblower. It's going to start getting combat.
Did we ever take it out of the snowblower? Someone
said they did. Did they actually?
I got cut off before I could finish, so I figured we weren't going with it. We weren't going with that just yet.
Okay, good. Don't take it out of the snowblower. It regenerates wicked fast.
Huh.
It's a mushroom.
Probably it sounds like it's the best possible outcome.
No, we're making this thing suffer so that other people can benefit off it suffer. Then
Mushrooms
just kill it and let it end. I look at the thing that's
if you kill it, then all those humans will die. Do you care about this monster that wants to kill everyone here, and including the children probably especially? Or do you care more about all these humans who are going to die if we do that?
Listen, I know I have to obey you all because of the commanding magical presence you have, but I just want to put this forward. Ever since COVID started, every class we're either shown movies telepresently or we're taught about like trivia about Tron. None of us have gotten an education in months, so I don't know how you expect me to pass AP Math without selling my teachers drugs.
All right, how about
when I woke up today, I don't think I ever expected to hear that sentence.
How about you give me a bucket of the blood to study for the sake of figuring out if there are going to be any long-term problems, and we'll put a pin in everything else in the meantime.
Okay, I know I don't have a way to negotiate because you're all adults and powerful, but if you find that it's cool, can we also use that as a seal of some sort? Like, 1 out of 10 sorcerers agree.
Have you talked to 9 other sorcerers?
Is that how that works?
Yeah, that's what that represents. It's
100% of sorcerers agree that this is the thing for you.
Well, you'd have to add a little thing about 100% of sorcerers that you surveyed.
Nah, we'll lie. It's fine. Lying's awesome.
There are companies that are called 100% pure beef. That's just a company's name. And they don't actually sell 100% pure beef. So I don't think these kids should have to have a higher ethical business practices than billionaires.
I'm not too worried about the marketing.
Also, cool trick. If you lie, oftentimes people don't even check you. So you can just keep lying and get away with it.
Now, again, I need just to be sure for my virtue of death. Because I can't abide anything that's dying and suffering.
It's not dying. It's continuously regenerating.
And cleanly. So long as that's not...
And it is not suffering. But it is pissed off and it doesn't want to kill all these little children.
I turn to the kids and I say, okay, you know who your current customer base is, right?
Yeah.
Until we figure out how to work around these issues... No more dealing to anyone else. Keep dealing to your current customers. Hey, that's great.
That sounds like a compromise, and compromise is the heart of diplomacy. Sure.
Perfect.
I'm fine with that for now, then.
This is the best version of this that could have happened. Excellent.
And I guess you got endorsement from the people who blew up all those who blew up that bar the other night.
That was you guys? What an interesting factoid.
Yeah. Well, technically, we didn't.
I take pictures of all these kids, so I just have their faces recorded, just so if anything ever happens, I know who they are. I'll find out where they live.
On a purely technical level, it wasn't us who blew up the bar. It was the vampires with the jury-rigged Tesla. But, details.
We didn't help the matter.
Yeah. We did eat them. Well, I ate them.
You drank one of them like a juice box.
Could you all check the chains of the Star Beast to make sure that it's not going to get free and kill us all?
Yeah.
Yes, and also I was going to mention, definitely don't try to move that fucker to get away from us or whatever, because obviously you'll fuck that up and it'll kill you all.
I'll take a look if nobody else does.
Also, Gerald, what were you saying?
I was just saying, yeah, let's Noah take a look at the security of this, and me and Panda will take a look at the physical aspect of the security.
Yeah, okay.
So it has chains wrapped all around it that have been rivet gun bolted into the wall, and the chains are burning around its body it's a mushroom. It's a big giant mushroom monster. The chains are made out of cold forged iron.
Oh, okay. So that's what's going on here. Okay, Neil doesn't say that because he's got no idea about the significance of the cold forged iron, but
right.
Arbane, Captain, let's try to reinforce this a little bit. Try to find some tools and
all right.
reinforce
I'll keep an eye on the thing. I'll keep an eye on the thing and make sure it doesn't try to disembowel you while you're doing that.
It's constantly trying to do that and struggling against its bonds and roaring.
Okay, but if it looks like it's actually going to manage it, then he'll do what he can to put a stop to that.
Yeah, you guys just wrestle it down and lock it up in there more.
Yeah.
Yeah, those chains were a real lifesaver. We found them. We actually found them here in the gym. Crazy stuff.
Crazy. So, yeah, we'll need to take a look at what this stuff is.
So now there's aliens on top of everything else. Amazing.
Right. Well, I'll get a bucket of goop. Did I mention that already?
They have a Canadian Tire bucket of it just right there.
Perfect.
So those gallon buckets.
Yeah, maybe your buddies in the trash can, I guess. Or I take a look at my bag. Is there a buddy still in there?
I don't know.
Sure.
There's a buddy.
It's hold open the bag for Noah.
Well, the thing is, these things are small. This thing is going to be able to carry a gallon bucket for me.
No, they're not. I mean, enough of them could.
I'm not going to make them Pikmin in the middle of a public gym.
Yeah, Pikmin was exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. I guess meanwhile, with all this, Mr. Smurbles is going around probably mooching for pets from the kids.
Well, let's step outside then and do this.
So are we good to get back to work?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Sounds like we have everything figured.
Everyone kind of shrugs and gets back to harvesting.
All right.
I feel like that should have gone differently.
You said this would take the rest of the session.
Well, you decided not to fight the Star Beast.
Yeah, we have to figure out the goop and all that.
Figure out a way. If you guys, I'm fine just killing the thing, but if you want to save those people, you gotta figure out a way around that first before we kill them.
One of the mushrooms too.
Well, the goop is what becomes the mushrooms.
Yeah, they grind up the Star Beast into that bucket of blood goo and chunks, and then they just pour it in the ground, and it grows into mushroom fields. Yeah. And they harvest the mushrooms, dehydrate them, grind them up, use a pill press machine someone's older brother kept in the house, and make pills out of it.
Right. Someone's older brother had quite a bit of foresight, or a side hustle of their own.
Right. So how do I start the process of figuring out everything there is to know about this shit?
I have no fucking idea. I'm not sure what system covers this.
Medicine.
Some occult rolls, or
I guess, roll occult. Any success is going to be it, because you're going to get any arbitrarily high number of occult.
yeah.
Don't botch.
What's the difficulty?
9, because you're dealing with the wild and you've never encountered the wild a day in your life.
Yeah, well, does one of you that has a post 1 occult want to help out, Noah?
I have occult too.
Yeah. I'll also chip in.
I don't know how this works.
Sure.
You lower my difficulty by 1 total. I don't think it can stack further.
Does anyone have medicine? Seems
I do.
That would probably be the better thing to involve in.
I've got occult 3.
20 dice, difficulty 8. Here we go. 5 successes.
There you go. What do you want to know about the goo?
Is it going to have long-term effects is the big one.
I mean, these people won't ever have an immune system again.
Okay. And beyond that, is there any way to safely undo that fact if one had to?
Yeah, if you were a sorcerer and had access to sorcerer's working, sure.
Nah, I don't know anyone like that.
You can just sorcerer the shit out of it.
So is that something I would have to do that on every person, or I would set up the growth patch itself to be safer for anything planting it in there?
You just take a bucket of the goo. The crudest thing I think of is take a bucket of goo, hit it with a sorceress working so it goes from blue to green, and then grow those mushrooms and feed them to the people to get them off Tritonin.
Cool. I can probably do that, but how big of an ambition are we looking at for that?
Not super high. You're just reversing what it does, and what it does is super good, and what you're reversing into is super shitty. I mean, you'd get back bonus points if that was a system that was involved.
Right.
You're ripping out their exalted healing. That sucks. You suck.
Well, no, it's more let's have.
We're also freeing them from slavery under a bunch of teenage 13-year-olds.
It's the sake of having it ready in case something fucks up. If that thing escapes and suddenly there's no source of that crap left, for instance.
Yeah.
Actually, when you have a solution, let's just kill the thing and use that new green goo to make new mush pills to solve the problem.
How about we don't do that? Because you're making it so people don't have good immune system anymore, and they have normal human immune system, which sucks. And if they had diabetes, maybe the diabetes
you're enslaving those people to whoever has the drugs.
So are all medics enslaved to insulin, or do they just need it?
But they can buy it from a bunch of providers. In this case, the singular provider can cut supply and then they die. So
why don't we ask what the people want?
Do people want to have good immune system and not?
Let's ask the teachers.
Everyone is talking over each other. Don't do that. We're trying to cut down on that, so that people aren't feeling left out.
Okay.
So I think Nicole's saying maybe we should hold on to this stuff. I think Adam's saying maybe we should get rid of this stuff. And I think Falco? Was that Falco?
Yep.
I think Falco's saying maybe we should ask the people taking the drug what they want.
Yeah.
I think that's a very even-handed split between the different ways this can go down.
Yeah. I would say
my stance. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say let's make some of the green mushrooms first before we decide to do anything about the star beets.
And just throwing this out there, you could also just look into more sustainable cultivation methods. The kids are pouring buckets of blood out of a snowblower exhaust into the ground and doing whatever with it. I can't imagine that's the way this can happen.
Well, could we call it one ambition to have one self-sustaining patch of good stuff and one self-sustaining patch of antidote in one garden that we can do with what we want without the Star Beast itself constantly feeding it.
That might be it. I'd have to look at the ambition rules just to double check to make sure it's in the spirit of it.
Right.
That sounds reasonable.
I would also
It's
like
never-
to be clear, it is not, my stance isn't we should just leave this alone. My stance is everyone should take this, not just the ones that are currently taking it. Spread it so everyone in the world has perfect immune system and never gets sick or hurt.
That's fine, so long as everyone in the world has free, easy access to these pills on a regular basis, and not
And
just
also
it all
jobs
being controlled by one group in particular.
You
And
just,
also
not
jobs that can,
accident.
also jobs that can pay for this.
you just set up
That's-
Lilith from Evangelion blender places all around the world just to get access to the mushrooms.
But with magic, we just have to have mushroom patches everywhere.
Cultivate
Let's-
star beasts like cattle.
That's what I'm saying. If we want to make it available everywhere, that's going to be a much higher ambition. That's alter the world so these things happen normally, which is doable, but you're figuring out how to not kill my essence pool.
Yeah, you got to work your way up to that. It's very achievable since you're a bunch of solars.
Right. Eventually.
Extremely achievable to give everyone exalted healing.
So let's start off small.
Mhm.
Make sure we have the antidote available as well in case something happens. We'll want to make sure that the Star Beast is at least in a secure area. If we can make this self-sustainable, we don't have to worry about the Star Beast anymore.
And then I get to kill it.
I love that you're all just calling it the Star Beast because what else are you going to call it?
Right. I mean, yeah.
I love the kids when they're like, yeah, so we caught this thing and then we chained it up and then we started to blender its bits off to keep it from regenerating and then we used to have to grow mushrooms turned to pills and you're like, that's a leap. I'm like, is it though?
We've seen some weird shit happen here, so, you know.
This is Florida.
That is a leap to them just pouring like space cow blood into the ground to make mushrooms. But yeah, a bunch of adults are just like, I have exalted healing, I can't die.
All right. Well, why don't we since Devin's going to need to look over the workings anyway, we can say it's being worked on, in the meantime.
It's in the to-do pile.
Yeah, that's my homework. I'm working on that, at night after we're done heroing.
Anybody got craft gardening?
I've got enough
Craft doesn't work that way anymore, I think.
It does.
Good
Well,
idea.
no, you have craft and it's everything. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, you don't have like the individualized crafts, I mean.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
are all like, hey, my character's a gardener, so he has craft gardening, craft fixing up fences, craft like gardening tools he can fix up, and like fucking tractors and shit,
Yeah.
Stuff that makes sense.
Craft bonsai.
Wait, so you still have the bespoke craft abilities?
What? No, it just
No,
makes
it's
sense for the
concept-based.
narrative of your character.
Oh, okay.
If your characters should know it, they know it. So like people on like an Onyx path thread will be like, that means my character knows every craft. And like normal human beings will go, oh, if my guy's a blacksmith, that doesn't automatically mean he's a fucking silk weaver. Duh.
I mean, he could learn.
Now, as a Twilight,
I said automatic.
You just know everything.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine, probably. Twilights have a bunch of shit going on, right? But like,
Right.
The blacksmith isn't going to be a basket weaver. The blacksmith isn't going
Right.
to be a car mechanic. The blacksmith
say
isn't going to build integrated circuits.
Right. I will say I do not know how to make baskets.
Yeah.
Clearly, you should have gone for that underwater basket weaving major.
Yeah.
So you have a bucket of Star Beast blood and a gymnasium full of drug peddling children.
Yeah.
I suppose not the strangest thing that's happened to us today.
I'm going to start needing a better place to store all of my weird shit
Where have you been
Yeah.
keeping?
in my apartment.
That sounds extremely risky.
Yes.
Yeah.
please invest in a storage in one of those Storage Wars cubes.
Out of character, if we went into wild stuff and I could use wild shaping technique, I could suddenly have a giant sorcerer's tower. But
Oh,
Well, I guess no sorcerer is complete without a giant tower.
Right.
Oh.
And we're also working on the Count or the Ravenloft. So
Castle Ravenloft.
and that could be a sorcerer tower as well.
Oh yeah. Once you guys fix Castle Ravenloft, I figured it'd be your base
Yeah.
Makes sense.
because it's like a 3-dot manse that has a bunch of amenities and shit.
Yeah. So
Also, it's on an island, which is convenient when we have a sea captain.
It's really awesome that it's out in the water because that means you're just that means you're Dr. Weird from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, essentially.
ladies and gentlemen,
Behold!
corn.
Sorry, who's Dr. Weird?
It's different this time. Of course, this time it'll be different. It wasn't very different, was it, Steve?
Sorry, who's Dr. Weird?
There's no time in the world to explain that. But, yeah, I figured Castle Ravenloft would be the base.
So I guess we'll need to work on Castle Ravenloft.
You need
In
to
character. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
I was just going to say, why don't our characters go to sleep?
Could just go home.
Like it's deep in the night at this point. Why don't we sleep and see if holes start appearing?
That is true.
We all like regaining our resources. I feel like I'm always the only one reminding people that they have that ability.
It's been a really weird goddamn day. A lot of weird things happened, and you got a lot of extremely esoteric goals and quests. So, yeah, it's probably worth it to go to bed and just call it a day.
Yeah.
I am curious. Ravenholm or whatever.
Ravenloft.
Yeah. Did when it says philosophical zombies and it's been like eating people, does it eat their souls?
No, the fair folk eat the souls, and this thing bargains for what's left behind.
Okay, because if things have been going around eating people's souls, then that might be contributing to the no ghost problem, if you can call that a problem.
Yeah, that star beast eats souls, sucks it right out of you. Takes like a chrome off the trailer hitch.
Well, that's a problem considering it's always around children.
Yeah, well, it has to catch them first, and right now it's chained up in a blender.
Okay, if it hasn't been eating souls, then don't let it out,
Yeah, duh, right? Don't let the bear eat people. But yeah, no, the Castle Ravenloft servants, it just trades for them from Fey folk. Like, who wouldn't?
Cool.
All right. Well, you all break on this extremely fucking weird day, and I think that's a perfect place to call it. This was the first session to not have just an endless amount of combat, to let you all decompress. Do you feel decompressed?
A little?
Yeah.
Look at how calm everything was without combat. Look at how normal things got.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Normal. Yeah.
Just simple stakes with achievable goals and understandable motivations. It's perfect. I was Devin.
I'm Gerald.
I'm Weirdest Magnet.
Falco.
Arbane.
Nicole.
And Panda.
And this is sponsored by Nobody. Signing off.